Always want your shoulders over your hips, over your knees, over your feet. Leaning too far forward, you can see I'm making a little bit of an A. Too far back, rolling back. Your heels do one thing, roll. You don't want your feet too wide because again you're off balance. When you're getting ready to attack your opponent, you usually want comfortable, open, maybe one half back. Give yourself an angle on your attacker. So as I'm about to square up, sliding in, not picking your foot up, sliding in and reaching. Keeping your elbows in tight. Don't want to give that person that openness of your arms out. As you move in again, you're reaching. As you tie up, you might just want a neutral grip. Neutral grip is going to be, typically it's right hand high on the lapel, left hand on the sleeve, left hand on the elbow. Something controlling the shoulders, something controlling the arm. Wrestling, this would be your underhook, this would be your whizzer. This is your wrestling. There's grabbing the lapel. This is your whizzer from wrestling. This is control of the sleeve. You're basically doing an over-underhook from a wrestling standpoint. Now notice when I step in, I kind of went from one stance to the other side. Same line. As Larry backs up, this is the line I'm turning on. Look at the angle of entry here. If Larry takes that same angle, now I can step in for throws, he can step in. So this is a purely neutral grip. This allows for any kind of inside attack. Foot sweeps. Drop throws. A lot of linear type of attacks. As you can see from the angle here, everything is straight line into the body. You can still use this type of grip if you circle the opponent. If you get him to move into a position where he is still behind you. Now that comes from stances and steps. I'm going to take a little bit of a 90-degree step, pull, and then it's just a 1-foot slide. Without the person, it's going to be step, pull, and he's going to set up behind you. Step, pull, and he sets up behind. So when you're talking about stance and grip, you also have to always talk about motion. You're never standing there and kata, throw. You need to be able to move the person. Elbows tight for a reason. Arms are out, he's got all this room to penetrate my body. Elbows in, better control. You can open the person. Other stances we like to work off of. You can take a wide stance, but you do not want to do it from the front. If I take a wide stance against the opponent, and I'm here, he's got perfect linear attacks for his inside hooks. Uchiga. He still has a very inside if he wants to do a linear attack, which would be Uchimata. You see the disadvantage of being too wide, even from this straight neutral stance. So when you're going to take a wide stance, angle yourself a little bit. Now you can stay out wide, and when he penetrates and hit this leg, you have all that room. I can be out here, he's going to penetrate. Can you do the left side? I have all that room that I can control my own hips. I have this room here. Notice, wider stance allows me to bend a little bit. That's very helpful when we change grips. Something I like to do often is reach, one hand grip, pull down and move. It's not here. So if we're lining up, referee blows whistles, reaching over the back. He's going to play a little bit more defensive on me. Moving. Notice wide stance, ended up low, ended up outside my attack. You'll find this a lot of in combat crossover. Circle and attack. Same idea. Cross grabbing, pulling down and back. Not a reach. Get over the back. Keep pulling the person. Keep the person off balance. From here, your angle of attack is no longer straight. Your angle of attack, control the far side, is going to be semicircle. I'm not going to come in straight. I'm going to come in, pull him behind, and reap. A little bit lazy with the knees. Same idea from the other side. Notice the entry this time, kids. From entering from the side, controlling on the hip with this grip, you will have better defense and better offense, but again, you're neutral. A drill we like to do from here is we'll walk around the entire room at the beginning of the practice where he'll enter, then I'll enter. Enter for a bit. One thing you see, both of us are being lazy, standing up. When you're on the side, you want to keep your knees bent. Again, shoulders, hips, knees, toes. If you're looking down and you can see your toes over your knee, there's something wrong. That foot's too far out. You want to be able to look down and not see your toes. With that idea, we're going to take the same idea, same drill, and work here from a better stance. I'll enter first. Oop. Defend with your knee. Nice throw. If you notice now, Sombo truly becomes a legs-to-legs challenge. We neutralize ourselves upper body. The only thing we have to fight with is legs-to-legs. So your legs are doing the attacks, your legs are also doing the counters. Watch as Larry counters again. I'm coming in here, he's going to pull the knee up, block my hip. I'm pulling his butt, he's blocking the hip, now he's going to reset. I can block him as well. I can come in, he blocks, I'm riding his hip. He sets for his throw, I'm just going to ride him. This drill you do around and around the room, you'll get the hang of it. You can also change up from lapel, from sleeve to lapel, 2 hands on the belt. That's probably the most difficult. But that type of drill leads you into doubles and triple attacks with your legs. From here, you're coming in. If you want to be gentle, you don't bang the knees, but you're doing a hook. From the hook, knees are touching. There's your pivot point. Comes around, can take this out. Short reach. Do the same thing with your hip. Line the body up. Reach. From this point, you can go from hands to hands, neutral, attacking with the legs, back to one-hand attack. Out here, setting for ankle picks and knee picks. Again, if you want to translate that to a wrestling attitude, here we are wrestling. You wouldn't really do it from a whizzer, unless you're taking a near one, definitely. That's just for firemen's. So you have this one-side attack where we're no longer square, we're no longer on the same angle, but we're both kind of out. So he's going back up to like a T-stance with me. There you go. So here we are locking up and square up a little bit. Notice the L frame that we're making here. We both have that entry, that angle, that circular entry, rather than a straight. Also from here, you have a lot of your sacrifice. From that angle, you have a lot of better ideas for sacrifice throws. You might do sacrifice throws to score, or you might just do sacrifice throws to get down on the ground and do your best work in submission. Quickest way to get to the ground. Sacrifice throw, don't give up any points, but set yourself up for a technique. Best thing I like to do for a Sombo is one-hand grips. We always like to throw here. You're always taught, throw from this position. If you can do a throw, if you practice all right side throws, Start doing the same throw where your left hand, instead of being on the sleeve, is high on the lapel. And take a free one-hand grip. Take your position from out here and pull them. Now, you have more power. You have a different angle. You always have a defense. You can still play. You can change levels, much like you would do in wrestling. Attack the upper body, attack with your legs, attack arms to legs. And I'll put them back down. Same idea. Scissors type of throw. You have all these attacks off of one hand. Makes it much more efficient. From here, you can creep up the jacket. Get to your outside grip. If you can hit it with two hands, try hitting it with one hand, just raising from the sleeve to the lapel, and it will make you a much more efficient fighter. Because you always get one hand grip before you get two. Not too many people do this. Well, you might do it if you're a 3-year-old, 5-year-old age group. Ready?